Alright, welcome back to another video. We're here today to talk about the draft, incoming rookies, and incoming free agent players. But we're going to go ahead and start off with Dariq Whitehead. One thing I've been hearing about Dariq Whitehead is he can score. And he also was rumored before all these injuries that he could have been a lottery pick, where the Nets ended up getting him at 22. So he could end up turning out to be a steal. I'm here for it. So let's just look and see what Jonathan Wasserman's scouting reported. Well, it says here that he's a shooting guard, small forward. He's 6'7", so that's a tall shooting guard. His pro comp is Cam Reddish. Though Whitehead wasn't able to showcase much creativity or playmaking at 6'6", he put together a convincing season of shot making with his catch and shoot, 3-ball, and pull up. Maybe he isn't going to be somebody that's going to be able to play make for others, but if he can play make for himself, if he can create his own shot, we need wings like that. The Nets actually don't have a lot of wings like that. Cam Johnson's showing it a little bit more, of course, Mikal Bridges. Royce O'Neal, DFS, they can't create their own shot. So the Nets have a lot of catch and shoot already, but somebody that can pull up, maybe create their own shot, that is somebody that we do need. So the fact that he is 6'7", he could play the 2 or the 3. I feel like with the 22nd overall pick, this is more so a high upside pick. Maybe a pick that could come with a little bit more offense. And I really like the pick. I really do like the pick. Now with the 21st pick, it was Noah Clowney. Alabama freshman Noah Clowney is one of the most tantalizing high upside prospects in the 2023 NBA draft. And the Brooklyn Nets are betting on the skill set after taking him with the number 21 overall pick. Age, inconsistency, and limited off-the-dribble skills suggest Clowney is a few years away, but the combination of 6'10" size, shooting range, shot blocking, and active rebounding still create an enticing, valued archetype for patient coaches. Jalen Smith is the comp. I know Jalen Smith is a power forward who was about 6'10", 6'11". Went from Phoenix to Indiana, where for 1 year in Indiana he blossomed, but then last season he sort of regressed a bit. Again, I don't base everything off of Summer League. Me personally, I don't base everything off of Summer League, but he did struggle. So it could be a few years away. I truthfully believe that. This could be year 3, year 2, year 4, anywhere from year 2 to 4, where Noah Clowney finally comes up to his own, where year 1, maybe possibly year 2, it's like he's going back up and down through the G. And that's okay. That's okay. Again, the Nets have time right now. They have plenty of time. They're rebuilding, they're retooling, whatever you want to call it. They are starting new. And this was a great pick to have. Now, I see a lot of fans talking about, there was a better picks later on down the run, and that's a possibility. But again, we can't go off of Summer League. If this guy is going to be able to rebound, if he's going to be able to shoot, right? If he's going to be able to shot block, all right? Just the fact that he's 6'10" and he could possibly be a 3-point shooter is great. Like, that's fantastic. Let's bet on the upside. I want the Nets to bet on upside and not players that are going to be like, okay, this is what you can do. You could but you could play. You're in the rotation day 1, but you're pretty much going to be a role player. Where here it's a chance of, okay, you could be like the core guy. You could be a starter. You could possibly be a star of the team. Now, is it likely? Probably not, but could it happen? Yes. That's why I do like the Dariq Whitehead and the Noah Clowney picks. Now, for our, I think it was 52 overall. Not sure. I believe it was 52. We did pick up Jalen Wilson. Now, going on the opposite side of what I just said, this is the second round pick. So I do like the fact that this guy is you could possibly play now type of pick. You're going to be consistent, but you're not going to have a real high upside. Wilson is a big wing with broad shoulders, a versatile offensive game, and solid fundamentals. After redshirting for a year, he's having a big impact for the Jayhawks and looking the part for an NBA wing. He's a capable outside shooter who rises up with a smooth and consistent shooting motion. He projects as a good to very good NBA 3-point shooter, although his free throw shooting is a bit concerning. Wilson has good size for the small forward position, allowing him to shoot over perimeter players, and he's got a lot of strength as well, allowing him to bully his way through the lane and absorb contact and finish at the rim. See, this is what I've been noticing with the Summer League with him, is he was shooting a lot of free throws, and he was shooting a lot of threes. So everything that is being said here makes a lot of sense, that he is a little bit stronger than what his competition was, so he was driving to the rim and he was getting fouled. Or he was shooting threes. So again, this is the perfect pick for the second round. Pick somebody that can maybe crack the rotation this year. And I'm not saying Noah Clowney and Dariq Whitehead can't crack the rotation this year, but I'm more so saying that Jalen Wilson maybe is going to be somebody that's not as high of an upside, but he can play right away, and he can take it downhill, he can shoot it, get to the free throw line. All he needs to do is maybe get his free throw shooting a little bit better. But from what I saw in Summer League, his free throw shooting wasn't that bad. So right now, I love the pick of Jalen Wilson. Comparison of Dylan Windler and Keldon Johnson, I love the Keldon Johnson. I love that comparison, because if he can be a Keldon Johnson type, ooh, that's a steal of the draft right there. That's a real steal. Now, if he's a Dylan Windler type, then that seems about right. I like Dylan Windler as a player, shoot threes. But if Jalen Wilson can get downhill a little bit more than just Dylan Windler, and maybe Jalen Wilson can create for himself, I'm not too sure. He's probably not a real playmaker, but the fact that he had 11 points per game and 8 rebounds per game in his 2020-2021 season is really, really, really nice. So the fact that he is probably a decent rebounder too. Alright, so he rarely dunks the ball despite being a 6'8" and doesn't have elite burst or bounce. Okay, so he's not athletic. So this guy's not really athletic. But he's creative around the rim. So he doesn't play above the rim, but he's creative around the rim, and he uses his strength. Alright, so that's something that I do like. He doesn't have a burst, so we're not going to see him doing anything Ant Edwards or John Morant type. But I do like the Jalen Wilson pickup at 52. All right, weight 215, 6'8". Oh, yeah, that's a really good small forward right there. All right, so next player, Dennis Smith Jr. Now, we all know what Dennis Smith Jr. is. Dennis Smith Jr. is a defensive player. He's a defensive player. Look at his first season. Like his first season, the season before Luka went to Dallas, he had 15 points per game. Now, 694 free throw percentage, not that great. From 2, about 435 and 313 from 3. As we can see, he's not a three-point shooter. He's not going to give you a bunch of three-point shots. But he looks like, he's just, average. Effective field goal is not great. So offensively, he's not there. But you know what? Dennis Smith Jr., it was the type that was, I want to go to the G League. I want to try to work on my game in the G League. I want to be able to play. Like, he's going to do whatever he can to try to get minutes on the team, and that's the type of player I know this Nets is looking for. Somebody that can hound. If the Nets want to go, if Jacque Vaughn wants to go late in the game, up by maybe like 3, maybe about 4, and they want to put in a lineup that's going to hound every single player on the opposite side, then DSJ is here. And I know that is why DSJ is here. He fits the team. He fits the identity, the defensive identity that this team has, the grit and grind identity that this team is going to have. He fits that mode. So the next person, that Lonnie Walker. Lonnie Walker was the second player that they signed, and as you can see, Lonnie Walker has went from 2.6 to 6.4 to 11 to 12 points per game the last 3 seasons. But now the one thing is, last year with the Lakers, when Lonnie Walker had that one playoff game where he scored like 14 points in the fourth quarter, if that is something that, like, it sounds like Lonnie Walker is a decent defender, but he is a microwave. Like, he can get hot at any moment and just put up a whole lot of points. And that is something that I'm excited for with the Nets, because maybe maybe the offense is very stagnant. Maybe the defense is keeping them in the game, but now they need somebody to come in and play a little bit more offense. Well, Lonnie Walker can come off the bench. You already have a Cam Thomas, and now you have a Lonnie Walker. So I do like this pickup of Lonnie Walker, maybe somebody that can play a little bit more offense. As you can see, he didn't even play that much. He played 23 minutes per game. Even if you up that by like 10 minutes, this is like 15, 16 points per game. Off of 858 shooting, free throw shooting, 534 fit. That was weird. All right, but 534 efficient field goal percentage, or not effective field goal percentage. This is pretty good numbers. Even 365, like he's above average. He just had 1 year with San Antonio where he was a below average 3-point shooter, but he's actually an above average 3-point shooter. So the fact that Lonnie Walker and Dennis Smith Jr. they got the two guards locked down right there. 6'2", 205, so he's bulky, but he's a little bit shorter. Lonnie Walker is 6'4", 204, so tiny bit taller, but for a shooting guard, might be just a tiny bit small. So you got Sean Marks got the guards. You got the bench guards going, and I do like that. And now we're going to go with the two power forward bigs that Sean Marks decided to sign. We're going to start off with Darius Bazley. Last year, he played with both OKC and Phoenix, and he had about 4 points per game. But his so far his best years were in OKC. 2020, 2021. He had 13 points, 14 points per game, and the next year after that, he had 11 points per game. A 3-point shooter, he's slightly below, but also could be above, but he was not that good, but he doesn't shoot it that much, but he did shoot it a lot in OKC, but then he started shooting it less and less. I don't know what that's for. Maybe it's just because different teams, maybe Phoenix, not even Phoenix, because, it's probably the minutes, ain't it? Yeah, it's the minutes, because he was playing 31 minutes per game, 2020, 2021, because OKC had a lack of talent. But when it came to 2022, 2023, OKC had a lot of talent. That's why he went to Phoenix, where Phoenix traded for Kevin Durant and didn't have as much talent on the team, depth-wise. So that's why he didn't play a lot either in Phoenix. But this is somebody that can shoot threes. He can rebound. I'm pretty sure he can rebound. Yeah, he can rebound. So this is something that can help. He's gotten worse as a free throw shooter. I like how his best free throw shooting season was his second year in the league, but then from there it went down. Like, really? 40%? 55%? 54%? Like, I don't know why it went down. I'm not sure, but I think the Nets are just banking on his upside, the fact that he can play. Maybe he needs to play power forward. Maybe he's not much of a center. Maybe when he's banging down low, maybe it just doesn't work for him. Maybe he needs to be a power forward to really, really do his thing, because he is 6'8", 208. Yeah, he probably just needs to be a power forward, because the fact that he's the same weight as DSJ and Lonnie Walker pretty much as a 6'8" forward. Yeah, I think he needs to play power forward. I think that is going to be a more natural position to him. So hopefully Jacque Vaughn, Jacque Vaughn has a lot of work to do early on. We already know that. Last person is Trendon Watford. One thing I heard is a lot of Portland fans really wish they didn't waive him. A lot of Portland fans were why like he's 23, he's going to be 23 years old. He's literally 22 last season. He came off of a 391 3-point shooting. He 560 from the field. 560 from the field. Now it's only 19 minutes per game, but 19 minutes per game to get 7 points per game. 19 minutes a game to get 7 points per game is not bad. Like, it's not great, but it's not bad. Like, this is somebody that can come off the bench, and if he can score 7 points per game off of 19 minutes per game, while also having 4 rebounds, 7 and 4 in 19 minutes is not too bad. It is not too bad. So, and he has a decent free throw shooting, so if they play him, because what's his height? He's 6'9", 240, so he's a bit bigger. So he can maybe bang down low a little bit more, even though it's funny because this one says power forward, small forward for Trendon Watford. But Darius Bazley's a power forward center, even though Darius Bazley seems like he would be the power forward and Trendon Watford could play the center. I just feel like these signings were low-key smart. Not even low-key smart. I really liked them. I enjoyed all these signings. You get a little bit more height. You get a little bit more defense. You get a little bit more depth. And that's what you need for a team that is deprived of superstars. This team doesn't have any superstars. This team is about to have a star in Mikal Bridges, but that's it. Just one star. There's one lonely star, and everybody else is going to be playing around Mikal Bridges. Again, unless Ben Simmons comes back, then, 2 stars. But right now, I'm not going to say Ben Simmons is a star because Ben Simmons is not a star. Ben Simmons right now needs to work his way back. He needs to earn all our respect back on the basketball court. On the basketball court before we can call him a star again. So these are all the 7 players that the Nets had picked up. They still are looking for one more two-way, and I'm guessing it's probably going to be between David Duke Jr. or somebody else. I'm not too sure what that second two-way is going to be, but when it comes in, We'll react to that two-way. Not really just react to it, but we'll probably talk about that two-way in a video at some point. But that's going to be it, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm ready for this season to start. We still got about 3 months to go. I'm waiting for this season to start. I'm excited for this season to start. But all right, y'all. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.